We noticed when we tried out the piano at the first that there was an issue with one of these dampers kind of singing. I only really notice it, I don't notice it when I'm playing hard. It's when I pedal and let the pedal down very gently right there. So we're going to fix that. It's a C, that's C, and as you all know, it's a C3. And just looking at this damper, I can see that those wedges are kind of scooted over. The right wedge is it's kind of leaning over that way. So
it's really hard to see on this camera, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's and let's see which one it is. Might be the left string. Let's see. It's the left string actually. So I'm going to fix that really quickly. I'm just going to turn this off, Josh, because he keeps talking at us. Okay. All right, so it was this C. That's a C. So it's just not quite seating down quite right. Now I want to look at how it lifts. I mean, it lifts pretty straight, but it does have a little bit of a twist to it. I'm going to take this twist out. And these are really subtle alignments. It's very hard to pick up on this, even if you weren't on camera here. But if I just tweak it a little bit to the left here, I don't want to overdo it. That's going to straighten it out a little bit. So let's just see if even that made a difference. Nope. I'm going to go. So what I'm going to do essentially is the left wedge is not making contact with the left string because the right wedge is too fat. He's hogging it, and so the damper doesn't seat all the way down. So we're going to skinny up that right wedge.
And you're just squeezing that with a pair of pliers or something?
Squeezing it, yeah. Okay. This felt is very, very soft. It squeezes and deforms really easily. So when I squeeze it, it's going to kind of actually elongate the right side, and I might need to trim it. If you look down, you can tell, I mean, not all damper wedges are created equal. This bottom one, it's a little fatter on the bottom than the top. Can you see that, Josh? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we definitely need to squeeze those.
Okay.
So I'm going to go right here. It'll just fall down into the strings a little deeper until that other side makes contact also, okay?
Okay.
Now here's the trick about it though, is I can squeeze it and it gets thinner, but then it makes it really long, and that can create some issues you could imagine as if you're half pedaling or something. So I need to trim it too, but when I trim it, it makes it fatter. It kind of recoils, so
sure. You
kind of have to go back and forth a little bit. So let's let's trim that up. And I'll probably do this, end up having to do it a few times before we're happy with it. We will see here. I might squeeze it again here preemptively. But now, actually, so now Josh, if you look at those, they look a little more uniform in width, especially on that front side.
Sure.
You see that as far as this front edge? I'm going to trim this back a little bit. Squeeze that back one again. So I think this will work better. And you can go too far with it to then both strings on the outsides are singing. But there's a fix for that too. You can just cut the slit in the middle a little deeper, and it'll just seat down a little bit deeper.
Oh, if you were to trim them too much.
Too much, So check that. And I get the feeling I'm also going to kind of have to combine this with aligning it a little bit differently. Now, I've got to, you want your damper timing to be good, so I've got to retighten this screw in the right position. I'm using my foot on the pedal to bring it up, and then I just tighten this stop screw right here on the bottom where it attaches.
Okay.
Now, you'll notice the head sits deeper than the rest, its neighbors.
Can you point it to it?
This one here.
That one right there, okay.
Right, to my view anyway, it looks like there's nothing I can do about that.
Sure.
I'd rather have the sound be correct at this point.
Sure.
And I think those others around it will kind of eventually wear into a position like this one did.
Okay.
That left string now, it mutes off way better. So I'm
Nice.
thinking we got it.
Okay, perfect.
Could do a little test on it. Oh, timing's off. I need to fix that. It's lifting a little bit later,
Oh, okay.
which means it's going to shut off sooner if I'm having a real delicate passage. I don't want that. If one member of the chord shuts off before the rest.
Exactly.
Right, so
So,
let me fix that. So essentially I just have to change the attachment point of where I tighten the screw
oh, okay.
down below here.
Let's see if we can get in here.
Yeah, it's kind of dark down there, isn't it?
That looks good.
Okay, it's mucho better.
So tightening that screw will just, what exactly does that do?
This is where it attaches to the wire. So if I let this part go up higher and then attach it, then that's a shorter length, right? So
Gotcha.
So as I lift this, as I pedal with this tray, it's going to lift this much later.
I see.
Yeah, so it shuts off really great now with the
Nice.
pedal.
Okay.
So great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.